Yo, I ain't got no bars for y'all, I'ma just talk to him. Let the beat come around. No hook, no chorus needed, cause the communities we be in, we see in. The toll taken as the mind unfolds across the lifespan. Sights foul, flagrant, thrown, ejected from this game of life, feeling dejected, so we ain't waiting. We advocating for my young and stuck. Chin to chest, I'm telling y'all keep your head up, cause your love, I puts it on for them youth fam. And for them teachers up in the schools, damn, y'all have too much responsibility to not see the stress amongst one another. If you teaching these youngins, how can you beat one another? Be open and free to one another, and we all gotta put in work. But the stress that workplace is placed on your work, I know it hurts trying to provide. At times feel like nothing gon' work out. And for them dope fiends whose pipe dreams the only thing they hoping for, literally, feel me when I say the light lies at the end of the tunnel, not the pipe. I know this is life now, but if there's a will, there's a way. No what ifs, we'll make it somehow. And why is end of life synonymous with life's end? Or why are seniors boxed in that trend? Get past the cognition and see into their mental health, my friend. The psychiatrics of it all, I guess. Damn, y'all getting it? Their mentals overrun and nobody understand, overlooked and underestimated. Their state of mind's failing. The mindset they maintaining could drop any sane person insane. And there's a whole lot of talking, but nobody saying nothing. So Toronto on our back, we put it on for a city. Guarantee you gon' hear me, hear us, all of y'all. This is mental health across the lifespan. Word to Toronto.
This semester, I was able to work at Campbell's as a student community health nurse. While working in this community, I had the opportunity to communicate with Campbell's associates. Every person that I have talked to expressed that they were very happy to be working at Campbell's and that they loved all the services provided for them. However, there were few workers who were not satisfied with the alternating work schedules and long work hours. And they actually came into the Health and Wellness Center seeking for assistance. Alternating work schedules, long work hours, and working with coworkers can be very stressful. Work-related stress is the adverse reaction people have to excessive pressures or other types of demands placed on them at their workplace. Continuous exposure to work stressors can contribute to developing mental health problems, such as anxiety and depression. According to research, work-related stress may trigger an existing mental health problem that a person may have otherwise successfully controlled it. For people with existing mental health issues, work-related stress may worsen their problem. If work-related stress reaches a point where it has triggered an existing mental health problem, it becomes hard to separate one from the other. Sometimes it may be hard to compartmentalize mental illness that is caused by stress. This is why most mental health issues are unseen until they are no longer manageable. Therefore, it is crucial to be aware of the work-related stressors so clients can be effectively assessed and treated on time.
Hi, my name is Hernani Sagra. I'm placed at Alexander Muir Public School. It's an elementary school with the age groups of kindergarten to grade 8. And being a community nurse or going to a community placement, I never realized that I would, or expected to deal with mental health. And a situation within my placement is that I have a child that is autistic, and the way the teachers deal with an autistic child isn't the best way. They usually seclude them or segregate them from the class to make sure that there's no disruption and they're just seen as troublemakers. And I feel that this is a lack of awareness and education on mental health and how to take care of an autistic child. And as students, as nurses, we have to take action and create awareness for the schools and make them realize that mental health is everywhere and that we need to accommodate that and make programs to help these people.
Hi, my name is Catherine Redmond, and I'm also placed at Alexander Muir Elementary School. Coming into this community placement, I realized that I was going to be placed at a school, so I understood that I was going to be dealing with children and caring for children and promoting health for children. And throughout this placement, we did hand hygiene and sexual education, but also I became really close with my teacher, and this created a therapeutic relationship between both of us, and I never expected that to happen as she was my preceptor, but we became very close, and we sort of started to have these counseling sessions during lunchtime where she started to open up to me, and I made sure that she knew that everything was kept confidential. And I could tell that she wasn't really close with any of the other teachers, and that they didn't incorporate her or add her into anything, and that she would get really upset about this. And then one day she finally opened up to me and told me that her daughter is schizophrenic, and that many teachers had found out about this, and before she was even hired by the school, one of the teachers had said that they saw a lot of cops at this lady's house by a preceptor, and so they all judged her from the beginning. And it's really sad that people think that because she has a schizophrenic child, they're scared to talk to her. They think that her daughter's crazy and that she must be crazy as well, since it runs in the genes. But that's not how it is. Teachers everywhere need to, not just teachers, everybody needs to be taught about mental health, the awareness. So incorporated in this video, we are trying to do an awareness of mental health seen throughout all age groups.
Alright, so this semester I've been placed at Mason Road Junior Public School. It's a school that goes from junior kindergarten to grade 6. Among all the health issues I've seen and heard about at the school this semester, mental health is definitely a big issue. It was actually the first issue that was made known to me from teachers, faculty alike. And as the year progressed, as I took assessments and saw the students, I think the biggest issue with mental health in the school right now, in the school system in general, in my opinion, is awareness and education. With the teachers and faculty, mainly the teachers, I've really noticed two types of teachers, to be honest. There's the teachers who care and the teachers who don't care. And the teachers who don't care, it's a case of they really don't realize the influence, the impact that they can have in their role and their responsibilities for the students. And for those who do care, I get the sense of powerlessness with them, because they definitely do want to help. They just don't know, they don't have the support or resources to do it. And that all starts with awareness and education. And to a certain extent too, we also have to educate the students. We have to educate the kids, the youth, the teens about stress, about mental health. A lot of them don't even know what stress is, let alone the idea of mental health, you know, and hence they don't know how to deal with it. They won't know how to deal with it, how to respond to it and whatnot. And it's a big issue in the school, because as we know, mental health is already, people who have mental health is a vulnerable population. People who have mental health and mental illness, mental health issues, whatever it may be. What more for kids, youth, teens, and adolescents who suffer from such issues in already a vulnerable population.
In the urban city of Toronto, with high immigration numbers, low economical statuses, poor housing, and some children with intellectual disabilities, child and youth mental health is a concerning issue. These risk factors that the children are exposed to set these children up for mental health and addictions problems now and in the future. At Mason Road Junior Public School, we are approached by children wanting to talk about these issues that occur at home, at school, and in the community. It is estimated that up to 250,000 children and youth in Toronto alone are experiencing mental health problems. Only 30% of these children will seek help. These statistics show that not all the children that require help at Mason Road are approaching us. This is sad, as we are here to help and we want to help. At any given time, 15% of children and youth are experiencing mental health problems. At Mason Road, the child and youth mental health issues can be identified by walking down the halls. Children don't put on a smile when they are feeling sad or depressed. They are often found walking with their heads down or tears falling off of their cheeks. We approach these children and ask if they would like to talk or need our help. These children need a safe place to communicate their mental health issues.
So this semester I was able to work in the in Lakeside Community Health Center, which is located in Pacto. And throughout my experience working there, I've come to know that having a good mental health does not protect an individual from Alzheimer's disease, depression, anxiety disorder, and other disorders in the senior year of life. Studies have shown that elderly people are at greater risk for mental disorders and their complications are worse than younger people. However, this illness can be accurately diagnosed and treated. Sadly, many of those elderly are reluctant to seek psychiatric treatment that could return them to their previous level of functioning. Doctors and loved ones often fail to recognize the symptoms, rather they blame old age or they think nothing can be done to elevate the problem, and this should not be the case.
Mental health, mental health, mental health. Mental health amongst the elderly is a serious context. It needs to have supporters and we need to be aware of this. The reason being is mental health is just not elderlies being stigmatized in the sense that they should be known as crazy or schizophrenic. They need to be known as individuals who need that support because they're undergoing either depression or a serious emotional detachment. This in Lakeside is very prominent, a placement that I have the privilege to be at. And at Lakeside Long-Term Care Center, I noticed that the elderly really crave for this attention that they need, the support that they need, but they're not getting it. And they're getting stigmatized in the sense that of being just crazy or just individuals who need to be taken care of. Research supports that maintaining and supporting mental health among the seniors has a positive impact on their overall health and their well-being, which in turn affects their quality of life. Us as nurses need to advocate for this. We need to first make this aware and then make it prominent around amongst all countries, all cities, wherever possible to have this issue out to the public. We need to include these elderly individuals as a part of our lives and make a better living for them.
So this semester I'm placed at Canterbury Mark Perry Clinic. It's a facility for substance abuse. A lot of people who come there have a dual diagnosis, which is a combination of mental illness and substance abuse. So a lot of patients there use alcohol and drugs to self-medicate their symptoms for mental illness. So they use alcohol and drugs to manage their emotions. So they want to try and either bring the emotions up, bring them down, stabilize them, or they use the drugs and alcohol to not feel anything at all. Studies show that over 50% of people suffering from addictions also suffer from mental illness, and 15 to 20% of people who suffer from mental illness also suffer from addictions.
For placement this semester, I was able to work with Canterbury Mark Perry Clinic. It's a substance abuse clinic as a community health nurse. The main health concern that I have with this community is their mental illness. So through interactions and intake assessments that I had with the clients, I found out that most of them have a concurrent disorder, which is they have some substance abuse and mental illness. So these disorders include anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, and schizophrenia. All the clients that I've spoken with have expressed to me that they experienced trauma or been exposed to trauma once in their life. So this health issue also contributes to health inequities and social injustice faced by the clients at the clinic. People with concurrent disorders tend to become marginalized members of society, often homeless and penniless. They are also more likely to receive criminal charges rather than treatment because of their substance abuse or behavior being illegal. As community health nurses, I feel like it's very important to advocate on behalf of your clients and to empower them to build capacity. Educational programs and communities is another suggestion to properly inform the public about concurrent disorders. That's it.
Right, so how do stigmas affect mental health clients?
Stigmas can affect clients in multiple ways. They can cause clients to isolate themselves. They can cause them to not go forward in life. They can cause them to not go and achieve goals that they want to due to embarrassment. It may also cause some people to cut family ties because some cultures I've actually dealt with don't